Hello, my name is João Nascimento, and this is the second video for the Restoration Management Database. It's a training video. So last video I stopped on area management. I showed the project site section management. Now I will go through the resource configuration and plant species screens. So resource configuration is a section where we can set up all the resources and costs that will be used on task scheduling and budgeting for the site, for the project. So here's the first screen when you can see like a resource that was already set up for the system. So description is supervisor, supplier is Mountain Attack, type is a labor, unit is man hour, and so we also add like in stock and cost per unit. Here you can add any comments, but we have many kinds of resources already presets like laboratory assistants and graduate students. So this is a plain supply, and we can filter by either description or filter by type. Let's see one of the main types of resources I have here. So type is like what category of resource we use. So let's say utilities, we can filter, and we have two resources under utilities category. One is electricity and supplier and kilowatts hour, so a price here, and the next one is heating, natural gas, suppliers and units. So this is BTU. We may also one of the resources that's easily understandable is like labor. We have different resources, different labors with different costs per unit. We may change here the supplier, add more types, and for example have a plain supply like sign or some suggested suppliers, type, units and costs. So every time we do a budget and we add or assign a resource for this budget, the software come here, take the cost per units, the category, description, and we add it to the budget. In the budget we will add the quantity for it, and then we calculate the grand total. We may change this number at any time, but it's good to know that once we have a budget and save it, this cost per unit and this description will be stored and can't be changed anymore. That's because we may have a budget this year, and next year this cost may increase, but as we save the budget we still keep the old price. It won't update automatically, and this is good because we can keep track of the amount of money that was really spent. So we may browse through the resources, add new one. Let's add a new one here. Could be, let's say we will purchase herbicides, so let's type here herbicides 1, 2, 3. Suppliers, let's say our hardware store. Type, so herbicide falls under plain supply category, and units should be like a gallon. Let's say the price is $24 per gallon, and then you can add comments like C, material safety data sheets, or any use for this herbicide like plant types and, well, anything that could be useful for choosing between herbicide type 1, 2, 3, etc. So it's saved now, then you close it, then this resource will be used many sections here in this system. So for adding a new plant species, just click plant species new, and we find a screen, this screen here, where I can type new data for plants. We can filter by common name, scientific name, and search. So to save time, I'll show you some data I already have entered into the system. This is a plant. Here is Achillea millefolium. So plant codes, as before, as I showed before, this code is a ID number for these records, and it's auto-numbered. The user don't have to worry about it. This is the 6-letter codes provided by USDA. A scientific name, common name, planting methods. We may, for example, here write tubes. So plant type can choose between shrub, tree, forb, graminoid, or legume. We may check here if this plant is undesirable or not for the restoration projects we have. So checking here, what's the difference? When choosing a plant population to monitor or a plant batch to start, if checking undesirable, these plant species won't be shown in the database because it's supposed we won't plant any undesirable plants. So if we leave it unchecked, it will show it. It will be available for plant batches or plant species monitoring. It's just to help filtering and reduce the number of species to browse and to find what you want. So this is the plant hardness codes, which determines the minimum temperature that these plants should face. And once I select here, the temperature in Celsius degree automatically updates here at the right. So you can choose the plant period start, planting period end. So have this drop down menu. And weeding months. So weeding months are the months of the year. Usually you have to go to a site and do some maintenance and weed around. Take out the weeds and the undesirable plants from around the arrow, so you can grow free of competition. Seeds per kilogram. This is a number usually provided by seed suppliers or by USDA. It's used on the seed mix calculator. So the seed mix calculator pulls out this number here and do calculations according the amount of seeds we want to distribute and spread over an area. And also have these blank fields here, field blanks here for data sheet and photo. So the data sheet is shown here, a preview. It's our web page from the USDA, and you see all the plant data. So instead of looking for which arrow we are talking about, just add the link here, the link here, and you can see a preview. Or if we click, it will open the web browser like this. So I keep talking. Okay, it's popping up. Well, here you see we have a link for the plant species and all USDA web page. Well, this is a USDA link, but user can choose another source of information. Could be another site for another country, another agency, or it's up to the user. And this is a photo. We may click here and choose a photo to upload or to link, and the photo is shown in this frame here, and you can scroll. So it doesn't resize the photo because otherwise it loses resolution. So have the scroll bars to see the whole photo with better resolution. But if you want the photo to fit here, just upload a PDF photo or a 300 by 300 pixels JPEG file, and should be good. So you can like search, let's say, for a scientific name. So let's say Artemisia. We don't need to type the whole name, so just Artemisia, and all Artemisias will show up here. I have data for this Artemisia tridentata, that is big sagebrush, and you see the same information right here, a photo and the link. So it's interesting to see the photo of the plant, because when doing site maintenance and you see, let's say, a planting map with Artemisia tridentata, some people want to know what plant is that. Of course, I know biologists, those people who work with restoration, they can watch, they can find one far away. But for new employees who are starting to work with environmental restoration, have to monitor population or do site maintenance like weeding or weed whacking sites, it's really a useful tool to have a picture of the plants we need to keep. Otherwise, we may just cut it by mistake, and this kind of mistake is a loss, also a financial loss. So this is the plant species database, and these plants, they will be shown in many parts of the system. So we may choose from this plant database, and what's very important, the scientific name is still the same, because there will be no misspelling errors for the database, because we're taking them from the same field in the same tables. So, and the next is site monitoring data. I'll save a whole video for that, because it's a long screen of many features, and then see the next video. Okay, thank you, bye.